Hey guys, my name is Marcel Irnie, semi-retired pro superbike racer and full-time nomad life in a truck camper for six years. Let's go take a tour. Here we are on Bureau of Land Management, just north of Lake Havasu. 14-day free camping, guys, and we try to drive as far away from the main campers as possible. We only have like 1-2 neighbors, but it's a 2006 10.2 Northern Lite. So let's get a little closer look. I usually carry my 2020 Acme Moto 2020 KTM 300 TPI. It's the XC, and yeah, we'll get a little in-depth walkthrough of the RV inside and out, and we'll pay special attention. Thanks, Dr. Tina, for my new flag. We'll be rocking down in Arizona and everywhere we go, guys, except for Canada maybe, because they'll arrest me. But yeah, and you see I got security cameras as well that light up based on motion. 2009 Chevrolet 3500 Duramax, right? The 6.6 Duramax. It's the LMM model, which I bought with 15,900 miles back in 2018. So in 2018, a 2009 truck, right? So, you know, I had a 10-year-old truck with like super low miles, and the guy was selling the camper. He was selling the camper. And I offered him like 25 for the camper back in 2018, and he was going to accept that. So I went and looked around for a truck. It's so hard to find a dually in good shape, a dually 3500 or 4500 or whatever, and couldn't find one in Alberta or British Columbia. So then I went back at him. I'm like, dude, just sell me your truck with it. And he didn't think I had the money, and so I showed up with whatever it was, $65,000 cash, and bought the truck and the camper. Northern Lite 2006, like I said, you know, it's a fiberglass clamshell, so they build the top clam and then the bottom clam, and then they put them together along this seam. And so when I bought this camper for 25 grand, a new camper was 45,000, right? This is just 3-4 years ago when they were like that, like when you're looking at advertisements, $45,000. And now they're $90,000 new thanks to Trudeau inflation, right? And of course, these trucks are now $100,000 new when, you know, they were 60 just a few years ago, right? 4 years ago. So now I have to, you know, insure this for way more than I bought it thanks to Trudeau, right? You know, don't forget, you know, back to the fuck Trudeau for fucking up Canada. And as you see, I got 3 Renogy solar panels. These are the flexible new monocrystalline panels. They're each 100 watts each. And you can see I got another security camera up there as well. And we're using the torque lifts, you know, fast guns to hold it down. And, you know, it's got a typical propane furnace. It's got an outdoor shower. And take a pause and come over. And of course, you know, we do love our toys. So Tina and I, we both got a couple GTs, one wheels here. And I also got an XR in the back of the Duramax.
Are you recording me? No.
Trying to get a good photo. You got your super, like, you're wearing your red squares. But when you need some gasoline, when you need some very useful tool for fun, then you pull out the dirt bike, right? Like I said, 2020 KTM. And it's just on a dirt bike carrier on the back. I have 332.4 hours. 332.4 hours. That's a lot of hours, right? And I dirt bike by myself all the time, so I carry all the tools with me. With my giant loop Mojave bags, and I even carry my samurai saw everywhere I go in case I need to cut a log on a dangerous trail where I can't turn around. But the main purpose really is for survival in the wintertime when I'm dirt biking in the snow with studs by myself. I got to make sure I can build a lean-to fire and survive overnight, and not have to use my PLB to call for a helicopter. That's only if I'm like gonna die.
Did you hear that? I heard a freaking rumbling, like a freaking growl. Woo! Oh man, it can be scary in the dark, guys. Like a bear or a cougar. Oh no, that's more like a cougar. Oh my god, like it's so dark without my headlight. Oh man. Woo! I got a gun. Don't come near me. Oh. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So the Northern Lights usually come with an awning. This is the special edition, you know, the special edition. And we actually never use the awning whatsoever. This is a very rare case when I'm not boondocking, you know, in the city and kind of like always on the move. But Dr. G had to work all day, so I figured I'd put the awning up, and I did some stretching. I got a bad back, so I got the stretching up. And anyone, if you guys know what this is, you could comment in the comments, because you'll know what that's for in terms of stretching. And the roller, of course, right? Everybody needs a roller, so I just bought this garage carpet to put down, so that worked really well. And as you'll see as we go over, I kind of carry Milwaukee batteries and Milwaukee tools with me everywhere we go. You got to have a lot of tools. So let's take a look in the back seat here. Okay, so it's an extended cab Duramax, but what's really annoying with that is then these brackets. You know, I have to be really careful with the back of the door. So these are, because it's a dually, the campers are designed for dualies. I mean, the camper weighs a lot, so like, you know, the Northern Light is light, but it's not really light. It still weighs 3,000 pounds empty. Like, it's empty, right? You know, less than like an Arctic Fox and stuff, but there's no installation really. You know, it's got like 1-inch EPS installation board in this thing. But as you see, the back seat, especially when Dr. G's with me, is packed. There's her backpack, dirt bike gear. And you can see I carry an extra saw right here, and a chainsaw, and then all my dirt bike, all my boots are in here, and then this is all liquids and stuff for the dirt bike. But yeah, and you know, just kind of just absolutely packed, you know, helmets, gear, whatever, and you know, that's how we roll. And you know, always have your Amsoil quick shot and chain lube and your Amsoil metal protector in your door for quick action. So this is where the original two 6-volt batteries go in a Northern Lite 10.2. And I'll show you what's going on in here. Take a little zoom in there. You see I got Victron. Here's my 130 amp charge controller, and a second one, and my ACL fuse, and of course my large bus bars for like whatever it is, 300 amp bus bars, and a switch for the solar to just disconnect the solar panel. And then we'll move over to this one. So yeah, guys, I did this all myself, because I literally hired the first guy to install the solar system, and he screwed it up so bad. And then I hired another expert, and I told him about the first guy that's messed. I mean, we're talking terrible solder jobs. He didn't use MCL connectors. He used the cheapest components ever, and he used like little fuse ones you get at Princess Auto that literally burned up and caught on fire. I had a smoke fire going in the RV, and you know, I didn't know how big the problem was at that time. So now, you know, now I have these like proper fuses. You know, there's fucking such a shit show from hiring experts. It's very difficult to hire experts these days. As you can see, I got a battle bar in here, and it's kind of ripping at the seam here because it is such a freaking tight fit. I had to actually cut into this. You can take a look in there. And then you can see my master switch and another big fuse on the right, and then there's up the top for the Victron, right off the negative up there. which measures everything from the shunt, the smart shunt. And there's 4 Battleborns back here. And, you know, I did everything myself. So they got the Dometic. The Northern Lite here has like the Dometic windows. Like the, what are they? The turn windows is also a similar, very similar style, dual pane. They're dual pane, and they go like almost 90, and then 3 other positions. If you back up here, you can see they lock like that, and then you go past the point to lower them. If I can reach up that high, right? So you open the windows, you go 1, 2, and then 3, right? And then you can lock them just slightly open or fully shut. So let me put this away, guys. Okay, so here we are, Irnieracing, guys. That's what you're watching. That's my brand for superbike racing, and now the YouTube channel for everything, right? From politics to Irnieracing Outdoors. Whoa! Whoa! Do not let my gloves fly away in the wind. It's fucking windy. You're dirty. So it carries 2 20-pound tanks, 2 5-gallon tanks in a row. And yeah, it's a bitch to get the back one out, but you know, I'm pretty quick at it. I usually get compliments at the propane place. They're like, holy crap, you remove those faster than anyone I've ever seen before. You know, because the first 10 times you do it, it's a nightmare. And of course, this is also where you have the propane fridge access, right? And these are my MCL inline fuses up above. If you kind of just tilt right up, yeah, you can see there's a couple of them. Those are inline fuses as well for the solar system. And so I ran all the wires. You can see the wire right here as well. And so all the wires come down through the fridge because that's the easiest access without drilling holes. Okay guys, of course off camera it's freaking blowing beautifully. So let's take a little gander inside the unit. Besides what you see from out here, I got another security camera on the roof, again motion censored, and it's got infrared, and it connects on my phone so I can monitor all 4 cameras all around from anywhere. And now I'm carrying fuel outside here, and I lock her down, of course, because you know we got tons of thieves in Canada. So just picked up that, and I just throw like a bicycle lock around it. So much theft. I used to carry a generator right here. I had a 2000 right here, or sometimes I'd strap my 1000 there. Both of them attempted thefts. I had a guy try to steal my giant loop bags off my bike. He literally took like these fentanyl addicts, these crackheads. They literally, like, they melt the straps with their torch. They always carried a torch with them, right? And they torch the straps, and then they're trying to get it off, and he couldn't figure out this last strap. Also, they literally trying to steal my tie downs. So the guy takes the first tie down off, right? I'm sleeping in the camper. And then he takes the second tie down off, and the whole bike then, you know, boom, smashes the back. And I'm like, whoa. And I look out the window, and this guy in red pants is just booking it. You know, and I get out and jump on the one wheel to go in pursuit, but you know, I just come across another crackhead in the middle of 93 AM, but he's not wearing red pants. Now he has a red sweater, and I'm like, oh my God, is this the same guy? You know, so yeah, guys try to steal my generator in front of your house, actually, you know, in Kelowna. And I have a lock around the whole frame, and he literally tried to torch a cable lock. You know, like one of these. He tried to torch the lock until he realizes there's steel inside of it. And then the generator's on the ground, just hanging there. Unbelievable, guys. So this is what happens when there's no, you know, no law and order. Gotta love Kelowna, guys. Gotta love Kelowna. Good morning, everybody. Well, I just opened the door in Seashelt. We're on the Sunshine Coast, you know, just above Vancouver, and opened the door in the morning in Seashelt, and we're on a busy street, you know, just boondocked here next to a faux place, and look at the bike. Somebody undid the straps, they didn't see the lock, and then it was too late. Oh, sorry, dude. So, these are my fucking sandals, dude. Yeah. You just grabbed them out of my truck?
You got them from Nelson.
Jesus.
You got those from Nelson out of my truck.
I didn't
That's where they came from. Let's see the bottom.
Yeah, sure, bud.
CE, right?
What's your name?
That's electrocution. Jason Patrick McPherson.
Yeah, you're...
St. Patrick. No, get this. Fucking...
You're fucking... What
grandson of Pope Don Francis, son of Bruce Charles McPherson, flying burning love, the only true fucking Hell's Angel on this goddamn globe. Enjoy my shoes, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And eat fucking...
This guy in red pants just tried to steal my dirt bike. What a... Okay, windy update. So what happened is that's this meth head, this fentanyl user, whoever in the middle of the night going around robbing everybody. He undid this strap, but didn't actually get it through the hole because it's a really tight fit. And then this, look, melted. He used the lighter and melted the nylon strap. So he's essentially pretty much wrecked the bag. I'm gonna have to get that sewn like an attachment piece to reconnect it somehow on my giant loop Mojave bags. No, you're fucking. You should be going to the jail. You should be going to jail, dude. You're a fucking disgrace.
I don't go to jail, dude. I know. Jails. I crumble.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the police would just release you in an hour or two. Yeah, I know. You're an example of accountability in Kelowna. Yeah. You just steal from people. So this is what happens when there's no, no law and order, meaning that there's, it's a catch and release, and they catch these criminals and release them in a couple hours and give them their fentanyl back. They give them their meth back. I'm serious. It's in the paper. There's stories about a person vandalizing everything in Kelowna, cars and shit, going nuts, and then they give them their drugs back. Yeah, and anyways, the awning that comes in and out, right, with like this, and you just gotta slide these things and they just kind of go into it themselves. So door, I kind of just use a bungee cord to kind of hold the door back. These latches, they just keep breaking. Oh, and in here, besides our little shoe spot, this is where, because you got to always level out. And as you've seen in the original shots, we're always leveling out. So you got tons of level blocks, and then there's my little generator, right? The little 1000. And I learned not to store fuel in there anymore because I even resealed the whole thing and the fumes just go right into there because these things are built like shit, right? The campers from the USA, like generic campers, no matter how good you think it is, it's freaking... The insulation is like you feel, as soon as the furnace turns off, you just feel the cold just coming in. And it's not just going through the fiberglass and through that 1-inch EPS insulation board. It's going through all the cracks and it's going through like the pockets and the doors and the shower. There's no stopping it. So anyways, over here at Dr. G, you see, I got tired of when we go to the beach, or you're in mud, you can just clean off your shoes, right? And then you're not dragging all the sand in from the beach or whatever, So anyways, let's come on in, guys. All right, so come into the camper, clean the feet, take the sandals off, or the Sanooks, and right at the door, of course, I put down something to capture the mud. Anything you're dealing with. Here's the Milwaukee blower, right? You know what I mean? Like, super important. Everybody needs a blower in the RV. Yeah, bite your nail on that one. And then a Milwaukee fan is great, not just for inside because you move it around when you're in bed but also even helps with the fire, as an example. And so in the Northern Lite, they come with just little white lights everywhere, right, that you can turn on. And I put LED bulbs in all of them. And there's a closet, right? And you can just see it's just freaking packed if Dr. G zooms out and there's some light right there. Just clothes, bins with shoes, and then just put some drawers in there, right? And let me show you, let me get by you, and just hold on a second. So I took these rock lights. These are undercar glow lights, and boom. And then maybe put them on orange or green, whatever color you want, or you can put them on a pattern where they glow through the colors. And so we'll show you that later tonight, guys, when we have some margaritas going, right, Dr. G?
Yeah. Are you making the next ones? Right?
Yeah. So in the meantime, we'll just put it on orange for good lighting. And Of course, I always carry this is my one-wheel speaker, but it's also use it as a phone. You can literally like hook it on here and talk and hang it. And flashlight is always useful. A magnet flashlight, you're always ready to go, right? Even does SOS, and then, you know, you need your little, just quick tools. Like everything is right where you need it. Of course, art. Avocado on the Run. This is an Irnieracing original. And yeah, and we got Christmas lights, as you see. And, you know, I'm always hanging goggles and you know, lighters and anything necessary, another flashlight and yada yada yada. Okay, so fridge. I'm thirsty too. And so it's a 6.4 cubic foot freezer. 6.4 cubic foot. And so you can see we got our drinks, our vodka sodas or whatever, and even like those Yeti things work really well. So, you know, I'm pretty thirsty here. Let's grab one of these. And I usually put the Yetis just like in the freezer as well, right?
Whoa.
Right? And then, so there, you got to be quick on the draw in an RV. And so lots of ice packs, you know, because I'm a dirt biker, you're always going to get some swollen, you know, we carry lots of protein. Don't ignore this. This is like terrible for you. But, you know, bacon, fish, you know, fruits, veggies, tons of ice for the margaritas, you know, whatever we can fit in there.
We really don't drink that much.
No. We haven't had alcohol since the first time you got here, which was like 4 days ago. Is that the sound of margaritas?
Maybe.
Didn't we just do that last night?
Look at the ice. Look at the ice.
I'm looking at the ice.
That's why we have to get new ice.
Okay.
Marcel, every time I'm like, let's go buy some ice, he's like, we've got ice. And then we're laughing because it's like freezer burned ice.
Yeah,
ice. But it's like, how can ice?
But it's just ice.
But it's just ice. So.
Yeah. Okay, so next we'll go to the washroom. And I mean, I installed hangers and hooks everywhere, as you can see. It's so useful, so useful. Even like a flare gun, so when I go dirt biking, I don't forget to bring it with me, right? Because I've used a flare gun twice, in Moab once, and in Revelstoke, to get help to come. Not because I'm like totally injured, but because my bike was swamped in Moab in the water. And I didn't have a tool to change the spark plug, or I didn't understand I could put the TPI on its rear end and just start it up. And then in Revelstoke, when the bike fell down a hole and I hit my head. Shit. Oh my God. I lost Colin too. Shit. I'm okay, guys. I hit my head. But here is the washroom. If I jump in here real quick. Yeah, so pretty decent pooper position. It passed the poop test. And it comes with a little medicine cabinet. And really got to make use of space in these RVs. Like, there's not much space. So you can see, like, just I got tons of the adhesive, whatever, these little, like, you know, things that hold shit. And so they're just adhesive to the wall, and you know everything from sunscreen to golden seal, etc. Right? And yeah, and then of course bear spray. Right? You need bear spray for all the bears out here. And try to do environmentally friendly, you know, use the back to earth stuff. It's expensive, but it's trying to stay away from chemicals when we can. And if you look down here, Doctor, you can see I have allocated the garbage, you know, with a little foot thing in the washroom here. So it just gets it out of, I mean, they don't build these RVs. They don't build them with anywhere to put the damn garbage. You know, it's super stupid, right? So moving on. So that's a wet bath. Which means there's a shower in there, and I actually got, you can see the shower head. It's one of those low water, low flow, you know, but typically when we're doing showers, it's always outside. There's an outdoor shower, like a little plastic one pulls out, and that way you don't have to like microfiber the washroom because there's no teak floor. It's not like it's some cool earthroom or teak floor where you're not, you know, spread it out. And there's not, or a dry bath. Kitchen, guys, kitchen. So love coffee, love lattes. Philip is awesome. You just turn him on and he makes a bunch of noise in the background, and you know, he'll clean himself out, and he'll make coffee, espresso, in how much water or beans you want. He'll grind the beans. There's fresh beans that go in here. And then a frother, right? Just a typical, you buy a frother with the magnet spinning at the bottom, and then, you know, so we'll froth and make a coffee, right?
You like Philip so much, you've allocated that much space.
Exactly. Oh yeah, good
him.
point. Is the counter space is so limited in a truck camper. Some of them don't even have this much of a space, you know, like whatever this what is this, you know, like less than 20 inches. So you can see it's cleaning out right now. And so, and then I also allocate space for a dry rack, and I always, you know, pretty much you start, you know, we got 3 forks in here, a couple spoons, and a big spoon, and an aloe vera plant for cuts, and then the knives on the walls, and the tendon scissors as well. And then, you know, as you get into stuff like, you know, you wash your bowl, and then, you know, you use the bowl, you wash everything by hand, and then it dries there, and sometimes you just, next time, your bowl's right there, you don't even have to put it away, right? It's just, it's so useful to always have a dry rack, right?
I think people know how to use the dry rack.
Yeah, okay. yeah. But, so it's yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? You put it in the sink, and then it blocks the sink.
Oh, come on.
Well, you got 2 sinks, but that doesn't matter. Then you have
mean
dirty,
at my house.
dirty dishes in the sink. So when you're preparing food, let me move this over. When you're preparing food, I always use this light, right? And then see, the cutting board is right here. The cutting board is always hidden on the top of the 3-burner stove, right? And then I always allocate it like that. And then, you know, you can do your cooking, and you know, like you put this little guy here, or, you know, you got the whole frying pan, right? You know, you can use the 2 burners or whatever you want to do. And they all, I fit them all up here. I got a big pot up here, and then this little guy for just little soups. And so counter space right now, as you see, I got this little thing. You're like, what is this? This is normally like that. But then you're like, well, wait a minute. So it's a sink cover. Look, I freaking used Quentin's bandsaw. There's a bandsaw, right? One of those ones. And I bandsaw a hole of it, so if the water pump was on, right? You know, you can get a little bit on there, right? You know, but if I aimed it correctly, you can get water, you can hide stuff in the sink, and then I always capture, because it's, you know, there's only like 35 gallons. There's not much water on these truck campers. Not ones like, you know, this side, unless you're big, you know, a big host camper, maybe you'll have like 50 gallons. So you're always catching that water, and then you could wash your hands in that, or start your dirty wash of your coffee cup before you want to use the next clean water. And then the next clean water that you rinse your cup with goes back into there. And so what's really neat is when you actually wash your hands, typically this is how I would do it, you know, or like you're washing them. So you still have this counter space. So I've increased the counter space, you know, by so much. Now you have this, and you have this. So really we have, compared to what we used to do, we have so much counter space. And then when you're ready to go, you know, boom. I used to put this in the sink, and this used to be sideways here, and there used to be a stupid towel rack here, and there used to be a little magazine rack back there. And then once I removed that, I could turn the coffee maker was like this. I turned the coffee maker sideways. Yeah. The RV boondocking life has its rewards. You can't get this type of campsite. There's just, these campsites don't exist. So with this setup, I'm able to do that. This guy now drains. He's just off tilt a little bit. You just jam something underneath there. He's magnetized to the wall right here and a little bit of shoe goo. So he's off. We're off road like that. And normally, like, you don't have much room, like, to put. You know, you can't just put like a freaking bowl. You know, like you're off tilt, right? Like. You can't really use that space very easily, but as soon as you have this, now you have a flat surface. Like, this is brilliant. You guys should take note. That's one of the best things.
Well, it was nice to have access to water and then also have that over top of the sink, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, how many times do you need to rinse your knife off, or rinse my hands get all full of olive oil or something, right? So you always have, now you have increased counter space and access to water. So I would do this on all future builds. Like, even if you're going to buy like a beautiful expedition vehicle and they have a sink cover, I'm like, dude, you guys, you got to cut the sink cover open. And again, I never used to do this before, but in terms of like paper, you know, use paper ones, not styrofoam, of course, because that sucks. But it saves you a lot of water. And I learned that from my mom. And then, you know, you have your teas and your Ziplocs, and this kettle came with the RV. Can you believe that? And still using it today. And that's how Dr. G heats up her tea. All right, and then there's a microwave up here. This came with the unit. It's an actual Dometic brand, but I mean, it's pretty pathetic. Like, it's only like probably 800 watts.
Yeah, what do you use it for?
What is it? I mean,
some storage.
Yeah, it's for, but every once in a while, you know, you break down and you just want to microwave something, you know, every once a month, you know, it's there. So I don't take it out just because sometimes.
I've known you like for 2 years. I don't think we've ever microwaved anything.
Well, it uses a lot of power too, right? But no, I microwave, like we did popcorn maybe once in there. Sometimes I'll reheat I'll reheat my coffee maybe.
Yeah. What? You never do that.
Power consumption, 1 kilowatt. It's a 1 kilowatt.
It just takes up so much power.
Yeah, so, and then down here, this is like originally like the little Victron thing installed. You can see we're minus 76.9. And this, so everything's on your phone app, but this is 81.6% out of my 400 amp hours. It says at the rate right now that we're sucking juice, we have 49 hours to go because, you know, we're not running anything. If I turn this guy off, it's, you know, oh, he just turned off. Sometimes he cleans on the way out after you use it. 27 Celsius is the temperature of batteries, 13.27 volts. And right now we're pulling minus 5.79, 5.8 amps. That's how many amps we're using right now, or minus 78 watts, running the Christmas lights and the cameras and, you know, whatever else is kind of, and of course the Multi-Plus is constantly draining. So Tina, if you get on your knees back here, come on. We got a Multi-Plus right here. So you can see just nice use of a drawer, right? There used to be a drawer there. So if I take this drawer out, you can see, let me, there's the Multi-Plus, right? Multi-Plus 3000. And that's the heart of it, the power, right? And the charger. I mean, when you have shore power, it's the excellent charge. All right. To put that in. So yeah, I just removed a drawer, and it worked really well for that. I had to run obviously extra wire from the Multi-Plus to the batteries. The batteries are behind all here. Underneath the oven, you know, this is like a big drawer. Another, and if you look in there, you can see there's the batteries, right? And that's where they all. It's just next to the oven, right? Worst case, if I wanted more batteries, I would just get rid of this drawer and you have the batteries under the oven. Now, everyone knows lithium batteries can't be cold. You can't charge a battery when it's freezing. You can't charge a lithium battery when it's at 0 or less. And that's why there's temperature monitors. All I have to do is turn the oven on. And then I could heat up my batteries. So I didn't need to get the Battle-Born heated batteries. And I used to have like this drawer. This drawer you can see there's computers in here and stuff. This drawer used to be like a whole thing of silverware and all that stuff. And now we just kind of like, you know, a couple things in here. You realize you only need 2 forks, 3 forks maximum, right? Just a little bit. Oh yeah, and what I hate about Northern Lite is these stupid drawer glides, these stupid slides, and then the stupid little plastic ends that keep breaking. And, you know, look at these bullshit I had to tape up because I haven't done a full repair. Just absolute garbage drawers. Like, they, you know, a lot of RVs now come with like roller bearings. Maybe Northern Lite does roller bearings now. But the drawers are always breaking. They're always breaking the ends. I mean, they are so cheap on their drawers. Oh man, just, you know, their little carpet roof and bullshit, right? Anyways, so, well, you might need to get back on your knees here. There's the oven, and there's the oven pan in there, and then I always keep underneath a little extra. Again, it lights on propane, and so you guys understand that. Pretty self-explanatory. And why don't you jump across here there, Doctor, and then I'll show everybody the dinette. All right, so this is the place to be. So, the dinette. So this is where I sit most of the times with my latte, and oh my god, look, now we have a sunset and it's starting to come. But and then I got a bad back, so you actually got me these kind of like lacrosse balls, and then I just sit on them, you know, to fight my essentially the muscle spasms. And of course, one of these is really useful as well. So everyone should get one of these. I don't know what they're called, but it's a great massage tool. So this is a dinette, and so I dropped the table down and turned it into a couch, and there's room for 2 people. Like, Doctor could sit here, and I sit here, and this is, and then the window, I wish I had a proper one, but it's where the cup goes. And then, you know, you sit, and the window is only 10 inches. It's only 10 inches. This is the thing about when I look at RVs these days. It's like, I want my elbow and my head to be able to, like, kind of be outside. And people are always talking to me at the beach, and I could be like, oh, you know, they're like, awesome setup. You get that all the time. And if you want to talk, you talk, and then you're like, all right. And then, you know, you could end the conversation anytime you want, which is brilliant. You're not stuck in conversation because you're talking from above. But yeah, this is the spot. And I literally like have naps, you know, I'll lean out and just like nap with my head out the window. It's just comfy. So I don't want a window to be up here. You know, I don't want it to be like I'm looking way up high. The level of the seat to the couch. And because I can't sit down, because I can't sit without being in pain, like at a normal dinette, I can lay out. That's why I lay out. I turned the dinette into this couch because of my back pain, and then realized that this is so much better. It's so much better with having this design. And it gives you all this storage underneath. So now all of this is just one big storage area. And you know, as you see, you know, this is the other side of the seat, right? And yeah, you know, I got a bulletin board, and this is where food goes. This is where the food goes. Food, and you got to make sure shit doesn't fall over, so you pack it tight, actually, and, you know, spices and stuff. I was always thinking about a spice rack, but, you know, this was just super simple. Just kind of made a little box for it, slide it in, slide it out. And then there's more, okay, we saw that, and if you look down here, this is, you know, potatoes, yams, tuna, limes for those margaritas that we don't have too much of. And there's a window right here, which is nice for airflow. There's also a bug screen as well. So a bug screen or a blackout. Yeah, so that's most of the stuff. Then take a pause and we'll show up the bed. So it's a queen bed, which means it's 60 wide, 80 long. So just a little short for me at being 6'1" and a quarter. What's important is you notice that I can actually sit up. There's a reason I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pillows, because the Northern Lite, they tilt the back down for their aerodynamic, and then, you know, you can't lean back because you're like this, right? Or you can sit against that closet as well. No, the wind's picking up now. Fuck Trudeau's flying in the wind. But yeah, so that's why all the pillows are there. And then this is where you can store your clothes, and you know, just all this stuff in there. Roll up your socks. So doctor's on that side, mine's on this side. I throw some stuff up here. There's my you know, the resistance toque, right, for all you guys freedom fighters out there from Canada. And I use my MSI monitor. Maybe just pass me the camera here. So here is the laptop, the MSI monitor. It's also on a swivel, so I can swivel the monitor to be facing the dock over here. And welcome to the show. Yeah, so we'll continue on.
Yeah, I'm not filming anymore.
So yeah, where was I? Of course, also a CO2 monitor, guys, and then some storage above with the Christmas lights. And as you can see, again, the windows, look at the view outside. This is a Dometic skylight. It goes up and down. You can see the moon right there. And let's take a look at the roof. So I got 2 panels in the middle on the Northern Lite here. Then the air conditioning, spare tires for my dirt bike, and then you can see the wiring, how I held it down, and then there's another one right here, and then you can see the camera right there, and then another panel right there. And then pull this guy down. As you can see, it's on struts. And make sure you lock it, because that can be a catastrophe. And since the camera shut off in the middle there, Doctor, I don't know if the closet was in that video. There's
I think we missed it, yeah.
You know, the guy. This is normally like a hanging closet. You know, I store like a dead body in there. As you can see, it is packed. Yeah, so that pretty much covers a lot. Oh, some really important things as well is the drawer access. So down here, as you can see, it's just some tall, it's some decent storage down here. We actually have our margarita glasses and wine glasses and coffee.
This is fun. Not this, but this is our little cocktail.
Oh yeah, the cocktail maker.
Yeah, look, we have this lemon squeezer, the shot glass, and then this little guy. So Marcel can shake up the... Shake it? Yeah, so it's fun.
And then in here is actually a nice area that I can store the balsamic, your olive oil, your tequila, your Cointreau.
You sound like alcoholic.
Everything that you don't use very often. Again, here's the coffee maker. Here's like a nice little... I'm using the magnet phone mount. Okay guys, while Philip is rocking out, let me show you. Look at what's pulling. 546 watts. Both the frother, like 169 amps, 1700 it jumped up to for a second there. 1724 watts, 173 amps, guys. Serious. With the lights too, look at that, double light. Anyways, 1732, 174 amps right now. And you can see we're pulling, there's the voltage is dropped to 12.2, 76% state of charge consumed. One battery pretty much is gone. And we're pulling in no solar from the driver's side, no solar from the roof, because it's not daytime. Boom. I got my Clarion, which just goes through here. You can see I never really filled a lot of holes. It's not a huge deal to me. And yeah. And don't forget, you always need a towel rack. And here's another Zima Orange number 3. No, this is Zima Orange number 2. And again, some more custom art, guys. And yeah, that's pretty good tour of the 2006 Northern Lite on my 2009 Duramax. I forgot to mention that I'm using the torque lift hitch with the super truss. You can see super truss right there, max tongue weight 1,200 pounds with an equalization system, or 600 without. This is the longest one, or whatever it is, 48-inch super truss. Or maybe it's there. Maybe there's like a 56 or something. It's over 4 feet, and that's what gets. That's how I can do a hitch beyond the stairs. Right, there's like the one stair. There used to be another stair right there, which now the hitch is in the way. And then I got obviously the dirt bike extension. These are those cheap, a little aluminum one on a steel base. And then I got my moto stand underneath there. So, and the torque lift connects to, it's all the same thing built into the receiver. There's the numbers here. The torque lift, 1,700 pounds max tongue weight, 1,500. All right, now moving on to the truck. As you've seen, guys, I'm running EBC brakes, so I'm using the EBC brake pads. They made a huge difference doing the heavy-duty brakes. Going down the hill with my trailer attached. Here's pictures of the trailer. Normally, now I'm semi-retired from racing, which means I'm just dabbling in it now after bullshit 19 forced my retirement. But normally I'd always be pulling a race trailer, you know, 7,000 pounds behind. And the brakes on a hill coming down the connector would just like, your wheel would start chattering, and eliminated by putting the EBC brake pads. Now what's also interesting is AMSOIL. As you know, I'm running AMSOIL. I got the freaking thing in the window over there. Yeah, so there I'm advertising running AMSOIL. And so I have the AMSOIL dual bypass filtration system on here. So I changed the full flow filter once a year, and they recommend changing the bypass filter every 2 years, or, you know, like 25,000 miles, which I don't drive that much anymore. So, but typically you change your filters once a year and top up the AMSOIL and keep going. And so let me show you the stats here on the window. All right, what do we got going on here? Show me the numbers, show me the numbers. Okay, there's your average fuel economy, 11. Sometimes I'll see 12 on a rare instance. And fuel used, 7,600 gallons. Timer, transmission temperature, odometer, I'm at 89,350 miles, okay? So I have all this on oil analysis, but you can see that's when I actually got the truck. Oh, sorry, I got the truck in 17, not 18, I got confused. January, February, March 15th, 2017, I changed all the fluids at 15,900 miles, guys. And I used AMSOIL's 540, their CJ4. And then I didn't change the oil. The next time I changed the oil was just last year, October 23rd, 2023, at 85,160 miles. And the only reason I changed the oil is because I wanted to get better fuel mileage by putting the 5W30 HDD. Try not to make a mess. Too much mess. Nice, nice.
Oil is suitable for continued use. Resample 7,000 miles. So then a resample, and then same thing, resample in 7,000 miles or 125 hours. And then the last one, same thing. No need for action. Continue to observe trends. Flag data does not indicate any immediate need for action. Continue to observe trends.
Took the sample yesterday, October 23rd. Fluid time, 69,260 miles. Component time, 85,160 miles. So, yeah, guys, because I changed the oil at 15,900 miles. That's when I installed the AMSOIL when I bought the truck, the 2009 Duramax Chevy 3500 LMM engine. So yeah, there you go, guys. I've changed the oil. That first time I've changed the oil since 2017, March 15th, 2017. Of course, changed the filters. And so this is using Oil Analyzers Incorporated. And yeah, guys, so sending it out. So let's get the results by PDF in a few days. Cheers. Oh, and here's the sample, of course. And so you just, they give you a little bag, you throw it in there, and you're good to go.
Okay, so I got the oil analysis report back, completed on October 30th. If you look over in the right corner, completed on October 30th. So here you have its component ID, right?
Don't let it fall and get, whoa, like that. Holy crap. What did I just say?
There, that one did a little better job.
The bypass system is rated at 2 microns. And for product information over here, I'm using my AMSOIL, and I was using what the top up was the AMSOIL Signature Series Max Duty right there. And it's the 540. And of course, as you guys saw, I just switched it for the AMSOIL 5W30 HDD.
So here is what we're using. We're using the AMSOIL 5W30 heavy duty diesel oil. This is their fuel efficient premium formula. They've had this for a long time. I run it in my 7.3, Ford 7.3, my 99. Right there, there's my 7.3, and I've been really liking the oil in that one. So let's put it in the Duramax. There it is, going in the Dirty D.
And so we'll go into their comments here, but let's take a look at the spectrograph of wear metals, of additive metals, contaminant metals, and multi-source metals in parts per million, ppm. And you'll notice that there is 4 samples listed right now on this graph. Obviously, there's the sample 1 to 3 that they don't show at the moment because I don't know why. It should. I wish it would show it, but it doesn't. But I'd have to go look back at other analysis reports from earlier in the years. And you can see the dates for number 4 was March 2019, March 1st. And then I did another one at September 16th, 2019. And then I did another one on December 19th, 2016. This is when I had a knock going on my engine, and I was trying to diagnose it, what was going on with a fuel injector. And then the next one is October 22. Obviously, I didn't drive much in 2020 or 2021 thanks to bullshit 19. Lube changed, filter changed, yes, but then no, and then yes and yes. So also keep that in mind. From the 19, I only changed the filter once in those 3 oil analysis. So here we have copper. Copper, as you can see, like we said, it's going along, and then it's dropping. And these ones, I didn't change the filter, right, in any of these guys. I think it was just the first one, and then last year, and then this year. And so yeah, and then we're very consistent, nice and perfect.
We're on 69,000 miles, guys, on the AMSOIL in the Duramax, all under severe service. That's all severe service. It's what I was pulling the trailer for many of those miles up until a bullshit 19, you know, in 2020. And since then, just the camper mostly, and a couple trips of the trailer. Of course, you always get the people that's like, oh, I change my oil all the time and I use cheapest oil, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, good for you. I never change my oil. From 2017 to 2023. And I didn't even need to change the oil, guys, because oil analysis proves everything. There's no guesswork. I'm not guessing if the oil has gone bad. I'm getting a spectrograph of all the wear metals and all of the additives of oil and any dilution such as soot, fuel dilution, etc. Is there any glycol penetration? What's in the oil? And the lab tells you you're good for continued service. Resample in another 7,500 miles. So essentially resample the next year for me at the amount I drive these days. And there's no guesswork. I know exactly how my engine is running. I know how much wear it's going. I know how much copper, zinc, phosphorus, everything, what's in there. You know, is there any aluminum? Is there any silver in there, etc. And so the oil analysis proves everything. I do this on my race machines. You can actually do an analysis of your coolant. I've done an oil analysis of course, my, you know, you can do transmission. So the transmission is good for 100,000 miles or longer with oil analysis. AMSOIL actually has a warranty for their oil at 25,000 miles or 1 year under normal service. So even without oil analysis, they warranty for 1 year or 25,000 miles in most of their lineup for gasoline and diesel engines, guys. So, and I've gone now, you know, I went 69,000 miles on that oil and it was still good for continued service. That's the point. I only changed it because I wanted to try a thinner weight viscosity. When you first change the oil, there's still 5–10% of the old shit in there that you can't really get out until you flush it a second time, which I did 69,000 miles later. Yes, and when I learned about AMSOIL with my racing motorcycles, that's when I started to apply it and became an AMSOIL dealer, just because, oh, I'm telling everybody about it anyways. Go check out my, there's a website, irnieracing.shopamsoil.com. It's in the description of these videos. You can call factory direct ordering, ship it to your house, free shipping, guys, 2 business days in the US, 3 in Canada. Yeah, my referral is Marcel Irnie, 1498525.
We'll give you a tour of our expedition vehicle when we get it.
That's right. We've been doing lots of research, and we're reaching out to all the companies from Ross Monster to Adrenaline Industries to Action Mobile to Unicat to
Earth Roamer,
Bliss to Bliss. I emailed Earth Roamer and I did a full tour.
Too expensive
I did a full Earth Roamer tour at the Mint 400 and
we just didn't like it that much, but we'll give you a video about that later.
Well, I like the Louis Vuitton. It's just there's some good and lots of bad and an ugly price.
Yeah.
And certain the design, it's just not designed for full-time use or hardcore off-roading. There's a little mix, and we'll get to that video, guys. Yeah. And you know, of course, how do you carry a dirt bike is a big problem on some of these. Also, I looked at ADV Mobile. They were at the King of Hammers. We want room because when you do a long 1-year travels full-time, you want space. You want the space. And you know, extra blankets, of course, you know, like you can move all that, have more room. And what do you think of the lack of dinette, stand-up eating?
Well, I don't usually stand up, but you do, but I don't mind it too much. It's kind of for work, I miss it more. Like being on my laptop, it's kind of hard just having it on your lap all the time when you have to like write things down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I would miss it for.
Yeah, but you like the Christmas lights?
I like the Christmas.
Mm-hmm. I think the Christmas lights like you. And can't forget, guys, to show you the pins that everyone gives me. There's Trudeau. There's Trudeau, Justin Trudeau. Don't you recognize him? And a few more pins. I am exempt. Hold the line, guys. Hold the line. Almost forgot to show you guys. There's a Milwaukee charger. Everyone should have a vacuum. It's a great little vacuum. And, you know, storage. Just massive, massive storage, guys. Just all the way back there. It's just way all the way. And there's lots of water behind these chips. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of water and more drinks and everything. Storage is of the premium. All right, guys, let's work our way back outside where we started. Oh, yeah, and of course, I bring that step out when we're actually hanging out for a while.
Yep. Yeah, that's beautiful back there. The moon is up there.
And what did you see earlier today? That was really impressive.
We saw some mountain goats.
That's right. Some bighorn.
Some bighorns.
Bighorn goats or bighorn.
And I saw a lizard that I thought was a snake because it had like a tail about that long, right?
Yes.
Did you see it? Yeah.
I didn't see one that long. Oh, you saw a big lizard. I didn't see that one.
I saw a little tiny lizard with like a huge long tail. It looked like a snake. It scared me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, say goodbye to everybody.
Guys, I think we're gonna catch Marcel here in the window. Hello.
Can I help you?
Yes.
What's your name and badge number?
I don't have to tell you that, sir. Step outside of the vehicle.
What's your name and badge number?
Sir, you need to step out of the vehicle right now and show us your ID.
What you need to say is, quote, you're not complying with me, so I'm not going to comply with you until you step out of the vehicle and give me your ID.
And I know you have a YouTube channel, but I have one too.
Okay, so what can I do for you?
Okay, do you have your ID is what I've asked you for?
I don't need to give you ID.
Okay, then I'll be towing your car. So it's 8:09 p.m.
It's 8:09 p.m.
Correct.
Why am I not allowed parking here?
Put that in your camera. So you have a 10-minute timer.
What's your name?
My name.
What's your badge number?
To you when you provide me
What's
your
your
ID
name
on
and
the
badge
sidewalk.
number?
My name's available to you out here.
What's your name and badge number?
Did you not hear what I just said to you?
I said, I'm asking you the question.
Okay,
what's your name and badge number, please?
Okay, you failed to comply with me, so I'm failing to comply with you until you meet me out here.
I've done nothing illegal. I'm parked on public streets.
That's not true. You have done something illegal.
What have I done illegal?
I've already explained it to you.
If you keep this up, you're gonna be on YouTube.
That's okay. I like YouTube. I have a YouTube channel too.
YouTube's probably bigger than yours.
No, mine's bigger.
Stop acting like a child.
I just told you motor vehicle accident.
What is your name, sir? You're going to be on YouTube if you keep this up.
That's fine. I like YouTube.
All right, why don't you show me your face and be human?
I've got more fans than you do. So
What's
I'm
the
responding
complaint?
to a complaint?
What's the complaint?
It's available for you.
What is the
We're going in
complaint?
circles.
What's the complaint?
But we've already explained this.
No, I don't know what the complaint is. I don't know why you knocked on my door.
You're parked here. You're unwelcome here.
Unwelcome?
Correct.
Were you discriminating against me? I don't understand. How am I not welcome here? I live in Kelowna.
Sir. We're trying to have dialogue.
If you camp here overnight, it's a bylaw offense.
Okay, yeah, I know. So I know I'm allowed to be here, and I know I'm not allowed to camp here overnight, right? So, like, is there something else going on here? Like, why is he harassing me? Why are you... Officer, you better tell me your name. Why are you harassing me, and what is your name?
I have a lawful authority to request identification. You have failed.
No, you don't. You need probable cause to ask for identification. I'm not driving the vehicle.
That's not true at all. So what you need to understand...
Oh my God, you don't know shit, dude.
Okay.
What, are you hassling me because I got the Canadian flag on the back?
Are you hassling me because I got a big old mask over my face and you can't tell if I'm a cop or not?
Show me your face. Be human already.
I don't have to do that, sir. Step out of the vehicle.
I'm not getting outside so you can do some unlawful, unjust things because the way you're acting, that's what you plan to do or wish you could do.
Okay. That's great. So when you post
What is your name?
YouTube,
what is your name?
a lawyer can give you...
Can you tell me what this guy's name is, guys?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't know what this officer's name is.
So you can have my name when you get out of the vehicle. We can look at your plate and deal with this like adults.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So you're giving me the middle finger on your YouTube video.
Yeah, because you deserve it. You deserve
I
it.
deserve it. Okay.
Step out of the vehicle.
You know what? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. Love you.
Love you too.